Hello everyone, and welcome back to Angel's Peaceful Garden. We are on the third video of my spring planting. Today we're going to be planting out okra and roselle. I've already planted out tomatoes and basil and zucchini and squash and flowers, but also my husband asked me to harvest some greens because he has some smoked turkey and he wants to make a pot of greens. So we're going to harvest some of my mustards today and a cabbage to put along with it that I think might be trying to go to seed. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it before it goes to seed. But when the man asks me for something, I try to do it. Especially when it comes out of the garden, because I want to cook my own greens and not have to go to the store to buy greens. We don't have to do it because we can get them out of the garden, right? That's the whole point. I love serving my family out of the garden. So we're going to get started right here with planting the roselle. Okay, so in the planting holes, I'm going to be using the same thing I use for my tomatoes: mycorrhizal fungi, bone meal, and blood meal. And then around, I will probably put a little bit of the all-purpose fertilizer that I got from Walmart. But I don't think I'm going to use the chicken manure because I think it'll be too much nitrogen. And from what I hear, plants in this okra family really don't like that much nitrogen. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go heavier on the phosphorus. So let's see if it works. When I tell y'all, I am so glad that I went in steps preparing this garden for planting, because it has been a day just doing this planting. So, well, days doing this planting. So it's enough just on one day to just do the planting and have no preparation as far as getting beds ready and everything. So if you have never done it before, I'm telling you, make sure that you amend your beds and everything before planting day, because it would be way too much otherwise. And this is Roselle hibiscus, so I'm hoping we'll be able to get enough of a harvest to make some jam or jelly or something. I know you can make a drink out of it as well. This mycorrhizal fungi comes in a little dropper, so that's when I'm putting it in. I'm just using the big side. Blood meal, bone meal, and also I'm going to companion plant my roselle and my okra with peanuts, but I don't think it is warm enough yet to plant the peanuts, because they say they want the temperature to be around 70 degrees for planting. We're going to have a night where it turns to like 50 degrees. So I'm probably going to wait until like next weekend to plant those peanuts. This is a 30-gallon pot that I'm planting in right here. So I should have enough room to put like 2 peanut plants in here, I'm hoping. The sun is setting and it's been a beautiful day so far in the garden. I only have a few things left to do, but I did fix that area up in the front that I was telling y'all about, that I didn't put landscape fabric down and had to go back and redo that. So I'm tired because I've been working on that today. I do try to do it right the first time, but you know, sometimes you just go against your first mind and think, oh, it'll be okay. And then you have to come back and redo. So it's all part of the process, but it's done now. And hubby still wants me to find something to stop, like they'll put rocks in front of it or something so the mulch won't come out too much into the yard. Have y'all seen the hibiscus flowers? They're very similar to the okra flowers, just so beautiful. It's so wild how tall these are already. I feel like I'm planting trees. But I think that this is actually gonna help because they've been in there in the little greenhouse area and in these little cups, and I think they wanted to stretch their legs. I think they did. The soil that we made together is looking very good, and it looks fluffy and healthy. So I'm excited about that. I think we did a good job and made a good decision financially not to go ahead and buy all that dirt. But I've seen some other YouTubers saying that it's hard, but it's worth it. And I'm going to agree with them because they make you pay an arm and a leg for a bag that's already prepared. And there's no way I would have been able to afford to get enough soil to do this entire garden the way I wanted to. Yeah, I could have done it slowly and done it pot by pot and expanded and, you know, a little bit slower. But I can use this soil for years and years. So I think we did a good job doing it this way. And I'm happy with it. Okay, the Roselle is done, and we're gonna go do the harvest real quick. So right here we have cabbage. We're gonna go ahead and take this one out because I think it's going to seed, and we're gonna leave the other three because I think they're doing okay, or not going to seed right now. And there's a mustard in here that I'm gonna harvest real quick as well. Got my knife that we got from Dollar Tree. These leaves, we're still going to eat them. To me, they taste just like greens. So I'm going to harvest these mustards and we're going to put it with these cabbage and we're going to have a good old pot of greens. Over here, down at the bottom of the hill and with the potatoes, I have some mustards that we put in, and I saw some flowering on them. So I think they're going to seed, and I am going to harvest them now and replace them with some Georgia Southern collards that I planted. Hopefully the leaves aren't bitter, but if you know, the reason why I planted these was to deter pests. So they have been doing their job. So now we're going to try and harvest and eat them. I think I'm going to leave that root in there because I don't want to disturb the potatoes. It really doesn't matter where I move the camera at this point. We're behind a bush, so there's another one. This one I just put in like last week, so it got a little bit bigger, but we'll go ahead and take it. Trying to be careful not to cut my potato plants. Look how big these are. They are almost as big as the top half of my body, for real. Ridiculous. This is also, I think, gonna let the potatoes breathe a little bit, so I think it's a good thing. Okay, everybody, this is the harvest for today. So many mustards, and behind here we've got that cabbage that we got as well. So I got some processing to do, and if you've been watching my channel, you know that I hate to cook. So my husband does most of the cooking, but he will not process. So I'm gonna be washing all of these tonight. But the man asked me for some mustards out of the garden, and so I am giving him mustards out of the garden. This is a beautiful harvest, and we are so thankful. Some of them might not make it in, but some look better than others, so I'm making decisions. All right, these are the 8 that made the cut, y'all. The sun is going down, so I'm gonna try and get this done. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up and just get the work done. On this, I'm kind of listening to the plants, y'all, because if you can see right there, it has an okra flower that's getting ready to open. So most of them do, and I probably would have waited a few, just like a few more weeks or something to plant them out, just like for my peppers, but they ready. They are ready to go. So I'm going to listen to them and let them do what they need to do. I'm not gonna let these other okra go to waste, though. I'm gonna hold on to them for a couple of weeks just to make sure I don't need them, and then I will share them with some friends that garden. This wind is picking up. I moved that camera so I could sit down because my back was hurting a little bit. You see how fluffy this soil is? It's really nice. Really good consistency. This is a balanced all-purpose fertilizer, granulated, 10-10-10, Expert Gardener from Walmart. The reason why I'm putting it on top is because I killed some plants with it that weren't ready for all this, and I don't want to chance doing it with these, even though these are way more mature than the ones I killed. I'm gonna drop some in here too, and I'm just gonna scratch this in the top layer, and it'll seep in over the next month. All right, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my spring planting. I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, commenting, liking, sharing. The channel has grown so much over the last few months, and I really appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoyed today's planting. I hope you'll come back and see us. And as always, until I see you next time, may the good Lord take a liking to you.